Birds of Prey number 24, written by Christy Marks, art by Romana Molinar, Robson Roca, and Scott McDaniel. So last issue, Black Canary was taken by Basilisk, and it turns out that her old husband, Kurt, was still alive. It's a lot of Team 7 shenanigans, and it only gets worse from here. So Batgirl and Strix are left watching Black Canary and Condor, by extension, flying away in a helicopter, and it's like, crap, we can't do anything about it. What should we do? And then this dude shows up, and apparently his name is Detective... I don't know. I know he has a name later on, but anyway, he's a detective. And he comes up to the roof saying, hey, hi, Batgirl, don't worry, I'm not a villain. I have a mysterious benefactor who is willing to help you track these people down. If you would only come with us right now, please, time is of the essence. And Batgirl's like, I don't know who the hell you are, but okay, sure, whatever. And they even make mention of the fact of like, oh yeah, didn't you just kill your brother like a few hours ago even? And he's just like, yeah, thanks for that. Let's get out of here. So they make their way to a helicopter slash jet. It's hard to tell, honestly, with the way it's built. And they say, yep, go ahead and jump in there. Captain Garcia will be your backup, your like mercenary team or whatnot. And go ahead. And she's like, whoa, hold on. You drove us the whole way here. Who's this mysterious benefactor? And she's like, oh, don't worry about it. You'll learn about that after you get back. Get on the plane. So at that point, she's just like, all right, this seems like definitely a trap, but Dinah's life is at stake, so I got to do something. Meanwhile, Dinah's talking to Basilisk, and she's just like, oh my god, Kurt, what have you done? What's happening here? And Basilisk is flaunting it. He's just like, oh, you don't even understand what all has happened today. And so Dinah throws a kick at Basilisk. Regulus is his name. And then she realizes, wait a minute, I recognize your face. You're Dean Higgins. You were on Team 7 with me. And he's just like, ah, yes, the body belongs to Dean Higgins, but I am Regulus. I am something more. And I am Dean Higgins fused with the Kaizen of Gamora. Now, if you didn't read any Team 7, this isn't making any sense to you. And I don't blame you. So we get a little backstory here. And it's whatever. The last Team 7 mission that involved Dinah, Kurt, and this guy named Dean Higgins was to an island called Gamora. Black Canary let loose this super duper ultra strong war cry that took down like the whole island. But as she was doing so, Dean Higgins managed to get into a room with the Kaizen, who is the leader of this island and the big villain. And when the cry went off, he was in a room with a bunch of psychics, and therefore all of the energies combined and managed to fuse together the Kaizen and Dean Higgins into one being that took the name of Regulus. And he's like, oh, with my new form, I will rid the world of superpowered people. And I saved Kurt's life because he was also dead on the island. That was another thing. So Dinah's like, okay, so what do you want with me? And he says, okay, well, you're going to serve me, or you're going to serve me and be with Kurt again, or I'm going to kill both of you. So at that point, Condor wakes up. All of his old teammates are just like, hey, how's it going, Condor? Look, regardless of what you want to be right now, you're going to be working with us. So let me just show you around the whole area. And don't try anything because Black Canaries is currently in the hands of Regulus, and she'll die if you do. So start walking around, and each of the teammates is like, huh, Condor, that's a stupid name. And he's like, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, no, fantastic. And he's, making snarky little things at them. And we basically get a walkthrough here of like, here's how Regulus did all these things and gave us all these abilities and gave us this structure or whatnot. And Lena didn't used to have powers, and now she does. And he's just like, yeah, and she's in a coma. And it's like, yeah, well, side effects. So we see Batgirl dropping in with Strix. They explain that the other people need to land the plane, so therefore they're just going to airdrop in by themselves. And as they're airdropping in, Strix is like laughing because she's having so much fun airdropping in. So they get to the place, the compound, start beating down Basilisk soldiers. And as they make their way to this big, basically shipping container, they break it open, and inside are some people. And Batgirl's like, oh, these all must contain some people who are afraid and scared, so we have to let them go. So they bust all of them open and send them down the mountain to go meet up with the captain of the ship. And we see Condor and the team and of terrorists walking around the facility. And because Condor's not like physically restrained and he's just walking on his own, Batgirl's like, he's looking a bit too buddy with all those terrorists. I don't know if we can trust him. So they climb up onto a roof and decide to listen from there. And then we see Dinah talking to Regulus again, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take Kurt, and you can't stop me because I got my canary cry. Like I could just do that." And he's like, "Ah. Here's the thing, he's hooked up to a bunch of machines. I'm learning to control his brain because what he's able to do is turn on and off superpowers. So you don't have your powers right now. Like I've turned them off. You don't have a canary cry." And so they actually do just start fist fighting at this point. And Regulus makes this whole thing. It's just like, yes, no, my plan is I'm going to rid the world of superpowered beings. And I'm going to start with you because you are the one who killed my original body or whatnot. So she gets thrown down and he's like, oh, he's so strong now. What am I supposed to do? What if he can actually do what he says? And then we see back with the team, basically they're all talking about like Batgirl and Talon and how they're going to kill them whenever they get their hands on them. And Condor's like, oh no, if you go up against, they were going easy on you before, but they will definitely kill you later on. And it looks like whatever her name is, Cyclone or whatever, is about to go in for a kiss on Condor because he's just like, oh, tell me that you never thought about me at all, Condor. And he's like, well, you know. But then he sees Batgirl and Strix hiding up on the roof, and he's just like, okay, well, things are about to get a little messy now. So Batgirl and Strix jump down. Condor says, call an alert, there's intruders here on the island. And he pretends like he's a member of the terrorist group saying, all right, ladies, I don't know how you showed up, but get ready for round 2. And then I'm sure there'll be a fight or something. I never wanted to think about Team 7 again. And good on Christy Marks because because of what they were saying, they were retconning the ending of Team 7. I actually went back to the Team 7 trade and read the ending. And technically, it all could have happened. We never see any of that. And it's not even hinted at. But it could have happened because certain characters disappear at certain points. And it lines up. So credit for doing the legwork on that one, Miss Marks. But I never wanted to think about that story ever again. So overall, I mean, it's getting back into that thing that I didn't like about Birds of Prey when it was starting. And that is that there's a lot going on that we're just supposed to accept has happened. Like this whole thing with, oh, there's a mysterious benefactor who's willing to fund your trip to go pick. What? That's not, no, you can't just throw that out there and say, no, but it's always been a thing. It hasn't. We don't know this man. We don't know anything about this. And if you want to introduce a new plot point, you got to do so slowly. You got to bring it in or make it the central focus. This is neither. So yeah, overall, it's a little bit down for me. There's just a lot in this issue I don't like. Tally that up with last month's issue. Same. It's not on a good streak right now. So I got to say this is probably... I'll give it a 5.5. I'm just not happy with it. I'm not happy with the direction things are going in right now. It's still competent. I'm still understanding what's happening, and I understand that's a low bar, but it's the only bar I have for it. So 5.5.